राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओम श्री राम Hari Om to everybody.
Your video will be there, only the screen only.
Some problem we have, so
You can't share screen.
we have moved to puppeteer is over yesterday. Enlightenment converts complexity to simplicity. Enlightenment converts complexity to simplicity. Papa's words, life is the expression of Atman. Though seemingly two, they are one. Life is the expression of Atman. Though seemingly two, they are one. First we will go through what is there in the PPT. How do we convey sublime spiritual teachings and profound philosophical precepts in a simple, clear, candid way? You will find the answer in Papa's conversations and writings. On every complex topic, his thoughts are crystal clear. His message is simple and within the reach of everyone. He employs the technique of conveying the indescribable through connecting us with the common run of life. It is no academic exercise for him, but unfolding of his unique experiences. In the quote mentioned above, Papa conveys some practical hints for us to understand the profound word Atman. Though the life force is indescribable, but the presence of the same is experienced by one and all. A closer study reveals that the individual existence purely depends upon the ultimate, the universal life, manifesting through the air, water, sun, space, earth, gases, metals, minerals, vitamins, plants, trees, and whatnot. In other words, the fields for the organs of perception and action of an individual are provided only by the universe. Hence it can be surmised that the life force within us is the individualized expression of the universal life or spirit. This is also a very, very profound topic. Unless and until we try to reflect upon it more and more, it may not become very clear to us. Normally when we say life, we accept the life from birth to death. That is also one expression. Another one is eternal life. Just like, we use the word self. We use the word self for Atman, we use the word self for sense of individuality. In English, the advantage is the first one is used with the capital S, the second one is used with small s. Myself. So the sense of individuality is conveyed through the expression self, small s, while the Atman, the spirit behind it, is conveyed to us again in the name of self, but with capital S. Similarly, that which is the life from birth to death is also called life, small l. That which is the eternal, the eternity of life is there. Only the form changes, perishes. The life principle, the life force remains eternal, and that life is known as life with capital L. That is why Papa said life is the expression of Atman. Though seemingly two, they are one. By and large, we all concentrate only when we hear the word life from birth to death. When we enter into the spiritual journey, the first and foremost thing we are taught by the preceptors is this. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in the 7th chapter, the Lord says, Punyo Gandha Prathivyamcha Tejaschasmi Bhavaso Jivanam Sarvabhudeshu Tapaschas Tavasvishu. I am the sweet fragrance in earth and the brilliance in the fire I am, the life in all beings, the austerity I am in ascetics. That life. I am the life in everyone. Jivanam Sarvabhudeshu. And the next line he says, in order to amplify this, Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam, Vidya Partha Sanatanam, Buddhir Buddhivadamasmi, Tejas Tejasvinama. Bijam Ma, I am the origin, I am the source, I am the seed, eternal seed. We have seen a seed, the seed has, when the seed sowed in a conducive atmosphere, conducive background, the life sprouts. That is how it becomes a seedling, then a plant, then a tree. The life force is there. Seed. So he says, Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam. Suppose we start researching about the origin of any particular creature or a plant. The first coconut. The first coconut without a coconut tree, it should have come, Only from something can come out. From nothing can come out. Our ordinary science teaches us. The first paddy grain, without a paddy seedling. Like that we try to analyze. That is why he says, Bijam Mam Sarvabhutanam. So the life force starts from there. The life in me, which I normally identify as the journey from birth to death, it has been with me. This is something on which you have to keep on thinking. Just like I have misunderstood the self as only this sense of individuality which has got a date of birth and which is going to have a date of death. Similarly, the life also we have interpreted like this. But in truth, we know that. So Papa is making us to think about it. Yesterday he was talking about what is spirituality, the spirit. Then we will go to the explanation and then we will come back. Illustration. The heading was complexity to simplicity. We feel spirituality is a highly complex matter. Even our own, the so-called worldly life, it's a complex. The complexity is there. It doesn't go according to our calculation, expectation, planning. How do we convey? Papa has got a knack of conveying this complexity into spiritual simplicity. Of course, his simplicity is the biggest complexity for us. He says, see God in everywhere, finished, there is no complex. All other suffixes and prefixes are removed. Simple thing he will say, everything is an expression of God. Nothing moves without His will. Everything happens only by His will. To him, that is, he expects us to accept the simple form of life. But we have complicated it. And we are really trying to, we feel we have missed that and we are trying to search for it. The illustration here will show you the moment when you see a switch box. Inside, there are so many wires. If you have opened a switch box at home, you would be amazed to find how complex it is. Plenty of colorful wires are crisscrossing all around. You will not be able to know what to do. To put this light or the fan, which one I should do. But the moment the switchboard is closed, There is a simple way of handling it. There are switches. We will not see the complex nature inside, but it is the complex nature that makes it simple. The switchboard and the inside. Simple. So it teaches. Life is okay, life is complex, no doubt. But it can be made simple by having a cover and respective switches connecting to the complex wires inside. The moment we switch on, the light is on, the fan is on, the gadget is on. No problem. Anybody can identify, anybody can handle. Similarly, Papa could convey complex spiritual themes in a simple manner. This illustration also we should keep on. We have made it we have not put the cover. He has put the cover, that is why he was in a position to, what is there? Everything is a form of God. Whatever is happening only by God's will. That we have to reach. We know the moment the switchboard is covered, it is easy to operate. The moment we become aware of that, it is easy for us to live this life blissfully. Life is the expression of Atman. The moment we bring in the word Atman, it becomes switchboard. The moment we think about life, complicated. Individual life, family life, professional life, social life, even say sadhaka's life. Everything they don't move as we plan, we propose, we suggest. We feel it is highly complex. There are a few words of Papa which we thought we should share. Life is in reality universal, and the Atman behind it is both cosmic and supercosmic, because he is at once immanent and transcendent. Life is the expression of Atman, and though seemingly two, they are one. Life has manifested itself as the multitudinous forms that comprise the universe. It is the one universal life, one universal power or Shakti that can Shakti that controls, guides, actuates all movements and activities in all beings, creatures and things. This is very important. Probably this will give us, the complexity can be removed by concentrating on this expression. Individual existence, apart from the universal life, is unreal. Both manifest and unmanifest. Individual existence, apart from the universal life, we need earth. We need air. We need space. We need sun. We need all the other things, metals, minerals. Otherwise it cannot exist. Without air can we exist? And the air has been there. It is not coming there. There is no date of birth or date of death. Just start thinking. Papa's words, he says, unless you reflect and meditate, you cannot. Individual existence, apart from the universal life, is unreal. Life is not merely confined to apparently animated things and creatures of the world. Life is a dynamic principle that permeates all objects and things that occupy the limitless expanse of space. Papa's oft-quoted theme is universality. He wants us to have universal vision, which is expressed in the form of universal love, universal service. For all that we need universal vision. So from the individual to universal. That is why he set up this ashram here. On the day he inaugurated 15th May 1931, he made it very, very clear. The purpose of this only to make everybody aware of this universal vision. Universal life and love and service based upon the vision of divinity in everybody. That is the word he used. So unless we have this universal vision, we will not be able to universally love, universally serve others. It will not be from the platform of the individual. We become one with everybody, so naturally we cannot but love, we cannot but serve. This is the aim. At the moment we are all individuals, no doubt about it. But we should be very clear about the ideal we have to scale and the purpose for which this ashram has been set up. So the universalism, expansiveness. That's why he says, life is not confined merely to the apparently animated beings and creatures of the world. Life is a dynamic principle that permeates all objects and things that occupy the limitless expanse of space. But for the power of this extremely subtle and active principle or spirit, no visible worlds could exist. In fact, motion itself signifies form and manifestation. Just as movement on the still waters of the lake means innumerable forms of ripples on its surface, so the worlds and all beings and things in them are the forms of one moving spirit. This life is one. The energy that animates is one. However diverse are the ways of its revelation, the sum total of everything that exists is the one reality which is absolute, eternal, infinite. He goes on explaining, finally he closes this, thus immortal life is tuned to one song, speaks of one truth, unfolds the secret of one existence, reveals the activity of one spirit, informed with the vision of one supreme light. Even from the superficial study of the essential nature of the messages all Mahatmas deliver to the world, one cannot fail to perceive that they preached in one voice, as it were, that the supreme goal of human life and all life is to attain that cosmic consciousness by which the entire world and all its creatures are realized as united and one in a universal, super-universal, eternal Godhead. So today's quotation, it should enable us to think from the individual life to the universal life. This should be very, very clear. It is a very important one. And the moment we become aware of this, all our problems, it loses its severity. It may be there, but severity may not be there. The life principle that activates our beings is the same. We all breathe the same air, walk on the same earth, and are equally entitled to the enjoyment of the amenities which nature provides. The earth yields its rich gift to all alike. The differences between man and man on the material plane are in truth unnatural and improper. We remember one episode in Vinobaji's life when he was a child. In his compound, there was a papaya tree. He did not know that it was a papaya tree. So he went and asked mother, what is that? She said, it's called papaya tree. Wait for some days, you will find the flower and afterward the fruition. Then slowly it will become bigger and bigger. And once it changes its color and become yellowish, it becomes ripe enough and it becomes very sweet, very healthy. From that day onwards, Vinobaji has been going and spending a lot of time expecting it for the fruition of it. After 5 or 6 or 7 months, finally he saw that it is coming up. It is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And finally, when the color changed, he rushed up to mother. And mother, he thought, he will get the whole thing. Mother immediately said, yes, now you can pluck and come, bring it. As soon as it was plucked and it was brought home, she peeled out the skin, cut it into small pieces, told him, take this to everyone in the village, share it. Initially, as a child, he was slightly disappointed whether there will be anything for me to eat. And when he did that, finally there were a couple of pieces and he took it. He asked mother, why it is grown in our place? We have been nurturing it. Are we not entitled to eat? Immediately mother smiled and said, is it so? The earth has helped, the Vayu has helped, the sun has helped, the water has helped. So many factors. By our own we cannot bring it. So how are we justified in taking it for ourselves? That is why everything that we get, first we distribute to everybody. We mentally acknowledge the wonderful contribution made by all human elements, the 5 elements. And this is how, why it is given? It is given to everybody alike. It shows air is not given only because in this particular place is mine. This air is mine. Can we say that? No. If the sun is not there for 2-3 days, if it takes casual leave, what will be our state? Just imagine. The sun which I get in my compound, can I say it is my sun? What a sublime principle, she taught to Vinobaji at that tender age. When Papa says universal love and service, if we try to understand this, the contributory factors behind everything that we enjoy, then how we cannot but be universal. How can we limit ourselves to me and mine? Just think about it. How rational it is. Papa says, we all breathe the same air, walk on the same earth, and are equally entitled to the enjoyment of the amenities which nature provides. The earth yields its rich gift to all alike. The difference between man and the material plane are, in truth, unnatural, improper. For the component parts and composition of human bodies, it's a very important point. For the component parts and the composition of human bodies and the qualities inherent in them are not diverse and conflicting. Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, head, legs, everything. Each one's duty is also same, We were taking it as granted, we were not looking at it. Can we say only my eye can see? Every eye sees, every ear hears, Think about it. Every liver works, every heart works, every brain works. That's what he says. For the component parts and composition of human bodies and qualities inherent in them are not diverse and conflicting. If we look with the pure vision that belongs to an enlightened mind, we do not see any clear-cut line of demarcation that isolates man from man, one set of people from another, one nation from another. We are indeed parts of a stupendous whole. Beautiful word. We are units that form the world community or family. So we can live and act as members of world brotherhood or federation. We all started with the quotation, life is the expression of Atman. Then Papa made us, life is normally we have, just like the self is addressed as the Atman for self and the sense of individuality as self. In English language we have got this wonderful privilege. When we put the capital S, it stands for the spirit. When we put the small s, it stands for the sense of individuality. Similarly, life. When it is a small L, it's a life between life, birth and death. If it's a big life, life principle, life force, which is universal. There is a sense of individuality, there is a universal self. There is an individual life, there is a universal life. Individual life is not disconnected from universal life. Just like sense of individuality is not disconnected from the universal spirit. So he says, we are indeed parts of a stupendous whole. We are units that form the world community or family. It has been discovered that the true foundation be built on the knowledge of eternal life principle. Call it by any name, God or truth. It is both the outer necessity and inner spiritual need that can break down all barriers between man and create a new world of mutual goodwill, harmony and peace. One more thing you kindly ponder over deeply. Whatever creature comfort we are enjoying, we don't know the other. Other here means the other is God, but the apparent other, the instrumental cause, we don't know. But anybody from any corner of the world, when anybody discovers or invents or innovates something, it becomes the public, it becomes useful for the entire public. Just imagine. Right from morning when we start using anything, the brush, the paste, the soap, the wash basin, the commode, the tea, the coffee, anything that we use. We have not, one thing we know, we have not authored, we have not brought it out. We still don't know who brought it out. God brought it out through His chosen instruments. Chosen instruments are not in a specified area. Another way of looking at it, every day nowadays we go through the paper and news, the coronavirus, to what extent it has been abated, to what extent it is becoming uncontrollable. Where are they? Are we happy to see the statistics? When we go through that, we are not physically connected with the rest of the world. But there is, so many people have died in US, so many people have died in Italy, in Spain, like that, What is it that makes me feel? Just start thinking. When we sit before the TV, when we see a natural calamity happening anywhere, if you watch yourself, you will find, oh God, why? Peace Pilgrim used to say, that one which connects, while she was explaining about giving us the definition about God, 4 minutes. Within 4 minutes, She was explaining about what is God. That will give you. We lump together all things that are beyond the capacity of all of us collectively to understand. And one name we give to all those things together is called God. Because it is indescribable. It is the very subject. Therefore, God is the creative force, the sustaining power, that which motivates towards constant change, the overall intelligence that governs the universe by physical and spiritual law, truth, love, goodness, kindness, beauty, the ever-present, all-pervading essence or spirit which binds everything in the universe together and gives life to everything in the universe. See? Finally. When Papa says life is the expression of Atman, here it is beautifully explained. Therefore, God is the creative force, the sustaining power, that which motivates towards constant change, the overall intelligence which governs the universe by physical and spiritual law, truth, love, goodness, kindness, beauty, the ever-present, all-pervading essence or spirit which binds everything in the universe together and gives life to everything in the universe. Some more points are to be covered. God willing, we will try to share it tomorrow. But what is to be remembered is this: life is the expression of Atman. He is there in us in the form of our life. We have in our ignorance defined life as the time between the date of birth and the date of death. It is not, it is not, it is not. With reference to individual life, yes, it is right. With reference to universal life, it is not. It is birthless, deathless. So let us all try to, this will help us to expand ourselves from me to we. And this expansion at every level, at the family level, professional level, social level, promises harmony, peace, bliss, contentment. We pray to Papa, who is within us in the form of remembrance, who is facilitating all these thoughts in us. May he give us a boost, a push, so that we will be able to make all these things a reality in our life. Hari Om. Thank you. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om 78.
Very Dandeman company.
She has throat pain in the throat.
Anyway, when we sow one seed, it propagates by itself.
78.
one tomato seed, one chili seed, one mango seed, one coconut seed. Ah. We don't have to propagate. It does propagate by itself. Ah. Everything. So the life principle, it is there. We have made it complex in the sense there is a date of birth, and we all know there will be a date of death for also. And this is called life for us. But actually Papa is telling no, this is wrong. Life is the expression of Atman. It was in one of his letters he wrote, life is in reality universal, and the Atman behind it is both cosmic and supracosmic, because he is at once immanent and transcendent. Life is the expression of Atman, and though seemingly two, they are one. Life has manifested itself as the multitudinous forms that comprise the universe. It is the one universal life, one universal power, one universal Shakti that controls, guides and actuates all movements and activities in all beings, creatures and things. Individual existence, apart from the universal life, is unreal. All is God, both manifest and manifest. That's why the other day we said, we pluck here and we pluck here. In our language, we die. But we now understand the life force is pervading everywhere through the gateway called the nostrils or mouth. It enters into it. Under given circumstances, it becomes a vibrant life. When the parts are gadget is not healthy, defective, it gets stopped. So now when somebody was hanged, what is hanging? Here, the windpipe is blocked. So the life is all pervading. Why am I limiting it to this particular life? Life is all pervading. The moment it enters into my equipment, I have limited it. Just like it is as foolish as my telling the air that comes here is my air, my sunlight, my earth. It cannot be. Actually, when we went through this letter many years ago, it made us to think about for hours and hours together. Simple word is that, life is the expression of Atman. Until such time, we have not given this diamond application. How can it be? We have a date of birth. We know there will be a date of death. In many cases, we know the date of birth. In Papa's case, we know the date of birth and date of death. So we were getting convinced that is called life. But here he says, no. Then we start reflecting. As the other day we said, one of our friends, neighbors in Wayanad, many years ago, when he fell down in a stream, both his nose and mouth was blocked by water. In 5 minutes or 10 minutes he died. What happened now? He was a healthy person. After 10 minutes he is taken as a dead body. What happened? Then suddenly this idea, this is a gateway. What we call as death is only, it is there. Just like electricity is there which cannot be seen. When it is made to pass through certain equipments, and if the equipment is alright, suppose the filament has gone wrong, it will not have this. Though if you switch on, it will not. So that means there are certain conditions he has set for this creation, both manifest and unmanifest. So even this manifest is so he has put certain conditions. Under these conditions, If the life force enforced, if the life enters, you have an individual life. So there are certain conditions for the individual life to exist. When some organ goes bad, we say it is disease. When it affects the vital organs, we call it as death. So the life is there always. Eternity in life is continuous. It is not passing. And this life, what we call as life now, we as spiritual aspirant, we have to keep on thinking, it is the life force that is quitting the equipment. The equipment has been given a label and it has got 3 bodies. The first body is dropped. It's called grass body. Second body is there. That is why he says, like the air, the fragrance is taken by air. The life force takes this subtle body and puts it in the next opening to fulfill its unfulfilled desires. And the third body is Karana Sharira. Nobody knows the reason. Unless one becomes with that, we will not be able to know. So the spiritual scientists probed deep into this and they brought out this revelation that life principle is universal. There is only, and life is nothing but consciousness. Tomorrow we will take it up. Cosmic life and cosmic consciousness are one and the same. Awareness, intelligence. So that is one and the same. Our spiritual scientists brought out all these truths. And it is they who gave us for understanding the 3 bodies. And it is they who made us understood what is called the apparent death and what is called the life. And Papa, all this has been simplified in one word. He said, life is the expression of Atma.
That